For many years, older adults were told there was one perfect food for muscle strength. Eggs. Easy, affordable, high in protein. But when researchers recently analyzed thousands of commonly eaten foods and looked at how well they actually support muscle maintenance in people over 60, the results surprised even seasoned scientists. Out of more than 3,000 foods studied, only 10 consistently supported muscle strength and recovery in older adults. And eggs were not among them. Not because eggs are bad, but because the aging body handles protein differently. After 60, digestion slows. Protein absorption becomes less efficient. And muscles need more than just protein. They need timing, balance, and the right supporting nutrients. Many older adults eat enough protein on paper, yet still feel weaker legs, slower recovery, less stability, and more fatigue during simple daily tasks. That's because some everyday foods feed muscles in a way the aging body can actually use. In this video, we'll walk through 10 simple, affordable foods that research suggests may support muscle strength more effectively than eggs in older adults. No expensive supplements. No complicated plans. Just foods that quietly do their job when used consistently. And stay with me, because food number 4 surprised researchers by supporting muscle fiber renewal in adults well into their mid-70s. All sources referenced are listed in the description, so you can review them anytime. Before we begin, let me ask you something. How old are you? And what feels hardest right now? Weak legs, slow recovery, or balance? You're welcome to share in the comments. Many people find comfort knowing they're not alone. Now let's begin. Food number 10, cottage cheese. Cottage cheese may not look impressive, but for older adults, it plays a very specific role. It contains casein protein, which digests slowly. That matters because muscles don't just recover during the day. A large part of muscle repair happens overnight. Fast proteins give a short boost. Slow proteins provide steady nourishment over hours. One serving of cottage cheese delivers a generous amount of protein along with calcium and phosphorus, which support the structure muscles rely on. Some people choose it as an evening snack. Others add it during the day. What matters is consistency. Several studies have shown that slow-digesting proteins taken later in the day may support overnight muscle maintenance in older adults. There's also another benefit many people overlook. Cottage cheese supports digestion, which helps the body actually absorb the nutrients being eaten. Simple, affordable, no cooking required. And that's why it earns a place on this list. Food number 9, tofu. Next is a food many people underestimate. Tofu. It's a plant-based protein that contains all essential amino acids, something not all plant foods provide. But what makes tofu especially useful for older adults is how gently it works with the body. It's easy to digest, naturally low in saturated fat, and provides minerals that support muscle contraction and bone stability. Some older adults notice they feel less heavy or sluggish after meals when tofu replaces heavier protein sources. Research suggests that regular intake of soy-based proteins may help support lean muscle maintenance in aging populations. Tofu is also flexible. It can be baked, stirred into meals, or blended into softer dishes for easier chewing. It doesn't overwhelm the system, and that matters with age. Food number 8, chickpeas. Chickpeas are one of the most overlooked muscle-supporting foods available. They provide plant protein, steady energy from complex carbohydrates, and key minerals involved in muscle function. Unlike refined foods that spike energy and then drop it, chickpeas release fuel slowly. That steady supply matters for muscles, especially in the legs. Several studies have found that diets including legumes are linked with better physical endurance and strength in older adults. They're affordable, filling, and easy to prepare. And for sensitive digestion, many people find chickpeas gentler than heavier animal proteins. Now let's move forward, because the next foods on this list don't just support muscle tissue. They also help the systems that allow muscles to function properly: joints, nerves, and circulation. And without those systems working together, strength never fully returns. Food number 7, canned sardines. Sardines may be small, but nutritionally, they're dense. They provide high-quality protein along with omega-3 fatty acids, nutrients known for supporting recovery after physical effort. For older adults, this matters because low-grade inflammation can quietly interfere with muscle repair. Omega-3s help create a calmer internal environment, allowing muscles to respond better to the protein you eat. Sardines also provide vitamin D and calcium, which help maintain the structure muscles rely on. Several studies have observed that older adults who regularly consume omega-3 rich foods tend to maintain better muscle strength over time. Canned sardines are practical, no cooking required, affordable, and easy to store. For many people, they become a reliable option a few times per week. Food number 6, millet. Millet is an ancient grain that often gets overlooked. Unlike refined grains, millet provides steady energy without sharp spikes. This matters because muscles rely on a consistent fuel supply, especially in older adults. Millet contains plant protein, magnesium, and iron, nutrients involved in muscle contraction and oxygen delivery. When energy is stable, muscles perform better and fatigue arrives more slowly. Some people notice better confidence when standing up or climbing steps after replacing refined grains with whole grains like millet. It's also naturally gluten-free and easy to digest. Millet can be prepared as a warm porridge, added to soups, or served as a side dish. Simple changes like this can quietly support daily strength. Food number 5, mussels. Mussels are one of the most nutrient-dense seafood options available. They provide protein along with minerals that support both muscles and the connective tissue surrounding them. What makes mussels unique is their combination of amino acids, vitamin B12, and trace minerals that support nerve signaling. Strong muscles depend on clear communication between the brain and the body. When nerves are supported, muscles respond more efficiently. Research has linked shellfish intake with improvements in grip strength, an important marker of overall physical function in older adults. Mussels are also quick to cook and relatively inexpensive compared to many other protein sources. For many seniors, they offer a way to support strength without heavy meals. Food number 4, nori, seaweed sheets. This is the food that surprised many researchers. Nori, the thin seaweed sheets often used in simple rolls, contains protein, minerals, and antioxidants in a very concentrated form. Even small amounts provide iodine, magnesium, and amino acids that support muscle metabolism. Nori also contains compounds that help protect muscle tissue from oxidative stress, a process that increases with age. Some people use nori as a snack. Others crumble it into soups or meals. Because it's light and easy to digest, it works well for older adults who struggle with heavy foods. Research into marine foods suggests that certain seaweed compounds may support muscle function and recovery when used regularly. Small portions can still make a difference. At this point, we've covered foods that support muscle tissue, joints, nerves, and circulation. In the final part, we'll look at the top 3 foods on this list. These work on deeper levels: hydration, oxygen delivery, and connective tissue. And food number 1 stood out even in adults over 75. Now we come to the final 3 foods on this list. These don't just support muscle tissue itself. They help muscles stay hydrated, receive oxygen, and remain connected to strong joints and tendons. That combination becomes increasingly important with age. Food number 3, spirulina. Spirulina may look unusual, but it's one of the most concentrated natural protein sources available. Even small amounts provide complete protein along with iron, B vitamins, and powerful antioxidants. For older adults, this matters because muscles don't weaken from lack of protein alone. They also weaken when oxygen delivery slows and inflammation quietly builds. Spirulina supports both. Some people add a small amount to water or smoothies and notice they feel less drained during walks or daily tasks. Research suggests that spirulina intake may support muscle endurance and help reduce fatigue in older adults. Another benefit is stable energy. When blood sugar remains steady, muscles are less likely to feel shaky or weak. Spirulina is widely available, affordable, and easy to use consistently. Food number 2, tiger nuts, earth almonds. Despite the name, tiger nuts are not nuts at all. They're small tubers rich in fiber, minerals, and plant-based protein. What makes them special is their content of nutrients involved in muscle contraction and circulation. They provide magnesium and potassium, which help muscles contract smoothly and reduce cramping. They also contain compounds that support blood flow, helping nutrients and oxygen reach working muscles more efficiently. Many people enjoy them as a snack or soak them to soften the texture. Some notice their legs feel less heavy during movement when tiger nuts replace processed snacks. Research into these tubers shows potential benefits for endurance and muscle comfort, especially in older adults. Simple, shelf-stable, and budget-friendly. Food number 1, teff. And now we arrive at the food that stood out the most. Teff. This ancient grain may be small, but it's exceptionally dense in nutrients that aging muscles rely on. Teff provides protein, iron, calcium, and essential amino acids in a balance that supports both muscle tissue and connective structures. One key amino acid in teff supports collagen production, important for joints, tendons, and stability. Without adequate connective support, even strong muscles can feel unreliable. Research has shown that teff consumption may support oxygen delivery by helping maintain healthy hemoglobin levels. For older adults, that translates to steadier steps, less fatigue, and better balance. Teff is also naturally gluten-free and gentle on digestion. It can be prepared as porridge, added to soups, or baked into simple dishes. Despite its benefits, it remains affordable and accessible. That's why teff earns the top spot on this list. Final thoughts. Muscle changes with age are common, but they're not always fixed. What you eat daily can either support strength or quietly work against it. These 10 foods show that muscle support doesn't have to be expensive or complicated. Small, consistent choices can make a meaningful difference over time. If this video gave you a new perspective, feel free to share which food stood out to you most. And if you'd like more calm, practical discussions like this, consider subscribing. Pay attention to how your body responds. It often tells you when something is helping.